Hi, this is Darcia and welcome back. I was talking with somebody just a week or so ago and they were a little frustrated that they were having difficulty communicating with the people that they worked with. And so I wanted to kind of just share a few tips for if you are maybe struggling with communicating or if that is something that has been a challenge for you. This list, by the way, is not exhaustive. In no particular order, definitely open body language. So if somebody is talking to you and their arms are crossed, if they are turning away from you, if they're not making eye contact, if they are looking down or kind of on their phone or definitely not engaged. If you want to be communicating well with somebody, face them, have your shoulders squared up with them, make eye contact, have your face toward them. Definitely be looking them in the eye. Don't cross your arms. Even be mindful with crossing your legs. Anything crossed really is kind of a barrier to the person that you're trying to communicate with. Be mindful of that. I would definitely say eye contact goes along with that. Make eye contact. You can look away, but make eye contact again. When I say make eye contact, sometimes people will kind of be looking down at their phone the whole time and not really paying attention. They might be looking away and like you feel like they're multitasking and not really talking to you. So just don't do that. Look at them. Really don't be multitasking. Engage with the person that you are communicating with. When they ask you a question or as they are speaking to you, respond back. They're not monologuing. So think of how uncomfortable it is if you are the only person talking and nobody gives you any response back. It does feel like a monologue, and that's not a conversation. So respond back with, great, good point. Whatever that might be, give them some type of a response back. Let them know verbally that you are listening to them. If you can get the other person talking, this is a secret that all of my extrovert friends have told me and family members. They said, we just try to ask questions about things that the other person likes to do. And we just keep asking questions until we hit on a topic that they're interested in. And so really think about the other person. What do they like? What kind of hobbies do they enjoy? What did they do this last weekend? What do they like to do on vacation? Where have they lived or what have their job experiences been? What are some favorite things that they've done or food that they like to eat? Those type of questions will get the other person talking and make the other person feel like you really want to know things about them that are interesting but not too personal. Things not to talk about, personal questions. How awkward to have somebody ask you, especially girls, have you ever had somebody ask you if you're pregnant and you're not? Very uncomfortable and very offensive. And, any of those family or expecting, guys, take note too, don't ask those questions. I don't care if a person is a week away from having a baby, don't ask them. What do we not talk about around the Thanksgiving table? Religion and politics. Unless you just want to have a fight, right? And then this is not a conversation. So I would say any of the hot topics surrounding politics, where do you stand with Roe v. Wade and what happened with abortion? That could be a super hot topic. Where do you stand with the war on Ukraine and Russia? Super hot topic. Where do you stand on vaccination versus non-vaccination? Where do you stand on sending your kids to school versus homeschooling? These are very polarizing conversations. Let's seek to know the other person. What makes you tick? What makes you who you are? What makes you unique and special? We can let all those other topics, the fighting topics, be talked about in a different situation. You can talk about those with all your best friends and people that know you and know your heart. But when we're seeking to get to know somebody, is this going to be somebody who I want to connect with? Can I have a conversation, a professional conversation, especially if it's at work? Keep it professional. My last tip of all is just to smile. And when you smile, I'd say two things. Smile and say their name. So when you smile and then respond back with, wow, Darcia, that was such a great idea, or that was an interesting story you just told. Just whatever it is, hearing my name lets me feel like, oh, they remembered my name. They used my name. It makes me think, oh, they know me. And then when they also smile, it's so engaging to have a smile come at you. And it just draws you in, and it makes me feel they're really interested. They are friendly. They possibly could be my friend. And then you open up and conversation flows easier. So I hope that some of these tips or all of these tips you can put into practice. What other tips do you have? What are your go-to tips for when you have conversations with people at work or people that you don't know, or if you're in a social situation and you don't know the person? Let me know in the comment section below. And thanks so much for watching, and good luck with your conversations. Goodbye.